Have you ever wondered why earthquakes seem to occur more frequently in regions like Turkey and Syria? Today we're going to delve into the intriguing world of seismic activities with a focus on these two countries. Situated at the crossroads of continents, Turkey and Syria are unique geographical entities. They lie on a major intersection of the Earth's tectonic plates, the giant puzzle pieces that make up the planet's crust. Let's consider these tectonic plates as enormous rafts, floating on a semi-fluid layer of the Earth. They are constantly moving, albeit slowly, about as fast as your fingernails grow. Sometimes these plates collide, move apart, or slide past each other. These movements generate a tremendous amount of energy which can cause the Earth's crust to rupture or break, resulting in what we call an earthquake. Turkey and Syria are primarily situated atop the Eurasian plate. However, they are also near the boundaries of the Arabian and African plates. This geographical positioning means that these nations are essentially at the mercy of the movements of these massive tectonic plates. Moreover, Turkey and Syria are crisscrossed by several fault lines. Think of them as cracks on the surface of these tectonic plates. When stress builds up along these faults and then suddenly releases, it causes the shaking we associate with earthquakes. The North Anatolian Fault in Turkey is one such example. This fault has been the source of several devastating earthquakes throughout history, including the recent February 6, 2024 quakes. In conclusion, the geographical positioning of Turkey and Syria, straddling major tectonic plate boundaries and crisscrossed by numerous fault lines, contributes significantly to their high seismic activity. Understanding the geographical position of Turkey and Syria helps to explain why these regions are more vulnerable to earthquakes. So, what happens when the earth beneath us starts to shake? It's a question that might seem simple, but the answer is anything but. When an earthquake strikes, the immediate impact is often what we see first. The ground trembles, buildings crumble, landslides devastate landscapes, and in coastal regions tsunamis can surge, causing further destruction. Take for instance the recent seismic events of February 6, 2024 in Turkey and Syria. The ground shook, and in its wake it left a trail of destruction that was felt immediately. Buildings, some centuries old, collapsed like a house of cards. Landslides reshaped the terrain, burying homes and livelihoods under tons of earth. And the coastal regions, they were hit by tsunamis, further compounding the devastation. But the aftermath of an earthquake extends far beyond the immediate physical destruction. It triggers a domino effect that reverberates long after the ground has stopped shaking. For the people of Turkey and Syria, the earthquakes meant displacement. Thousands were left homeless, their houses reduced to rubble. They were forced to seek refuge elsewhere, forever altering the demographic fabric of the regions. The economic impact is another long-term effect that cannot be ignored. Infrastructure is damaged, businesses are destroyed, and the cost of rebuilding can run into billions. The earthquakes in Turkey and Syria have not only shattered buildings but also the economies of these regions, pushing them into a state of financial hardship. And then, there's the trauma. The psychological impact of living through such a catastrophic event can be profound and long-lasting. People lose their loved ones, their homes, their sense of security. The fear and anxiety, the grief and loss, these are wounds that time may heal, but scars often remain. The ripple effects of an earthquake go far beyond the initial tremors, affecting not just the landscape but the lives and livelihoods of the people residing in those regions. The physical destruction may be repaired over time, but the social, economic, and psychological impacts continue to echo, serving as a stark reminder of the power of nature and our vulnerability in the face of it. How does an earthquake in Turkey or Syria become a matter of global concern, you may ask? Well, to begin with, human compassion knows no borders. When disaster strikes, the world often rallies together, and this is no exception. International aid organizations spring into action, providing immediate relief to the affected regions. They bring in food, clean water, medical supplies, and temporary shelters, offering a lifeline to those who've lost everything. But their work doesn't stop there. These organizations also help rebuild communities, ensuring a path to recovery long after the initial shock has passed. Meanwhile, the scientific community is hard at work. Global geological monitoring stations like seismographs and accelerometers record the Earth's movements. These readings help us understand the inner workings of our planet, contributing to the larger body of research that aims to predict future earthquakes. These efforts are not confined to one country or region, they span across continents, embodying the essence of international cooperation. But it's not just about immediate relief or scientific advancement, it's also about the critical need for global solidarity. An earthquake, or any natural disaster for that matter, serves as a stark reminder of our shared vulnerability. In the face of Mother Nature's fury, all our differences seem trivial, don't they? We are reminded that we are not just citizens of a particular country, but citizens of the world. We are interconnected in ways more profound than we often realize. It's in these moments of crisis that we see the beauty of this interconnectedness, as nations put aside their differences to aid those in need. So when an earthquake hits Turkey or Syria or anywhere else in the world, it becomes a global concern. Not just because we fear a similar fate, but because we empathize with the human suffering and want to alleviate it. We are moved to action, to contribute in whatever way we can, whether it's donating to a relief fund or spreading awareness about the situation. An earthquake may be a local event, but its impact reverberates around the world, reminding us of our shared vulnerability and interconnectedness. And it's in these times of adversity that we truly realize we are indeed in this together. So, what have we learned about earthquakes in Turkey and Syria? We've delved into the geological factors that make these regions prone to seismic activity, the tectonic movements deep within the Earth's crust that trigger these tremors, causing significant damage and loss of life. We've also witnessed the domino effect of these earthquakes, the ripple of destruction that spreads far beyond the epicenter, affecting infrastructure, homes, and countless lives. Yet, amidst the devastation, we've seen a global response that is inspiring. We've seen the world come together, searching for ways to extend assistance to those affected by these disasters. This journey has underlined the importance of understanding natural disasters, not only to satisfy our intellectual curiosity, but also to help us stand in solidarity with those affected. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in responding to such events, whether it's through extending support, spreading awareness, or educating ourselves and others. Remember, understanding these natural phenomena not only quenches our curiosity, but also equips us to better respond and lend a helping hand when disaster strikes.